I'm your host, Michelle Graves, and as always, I bring you interesting topics, subjects, and things to kind of make you say, And today, I have an absolutely fascinating guest that's going to make you go, So sit down and be prepared to enjoy this next hour while I interview a gentleman that's in the industry of junk. Junk. His name is Pete McCreary, and he is the president and owner of Junk King. And they service Southwest Ohio. And their motto is America's fastest and greenest junk removal service. So before you say, what's that about? Well, you know what? At some point in your life, you may very well be involved with this industry and this specific type of service. So I wanted to have him on as my guest today because I don't know anything about the business other than I know it's a $1 trillion a year industry. And that got my attention because that's about some people making a lot of money, which is fine with me because I believe in that. And so I thought I would have on this gentleman, Pete McCreary. And so sit down, get comfortable, and learn some things. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Michelle. It's great to be here.
I'm glad to have you on, and I thank you so much for being willing to come on and to talk to me about this industry, your background, and give my viewers a little bit of insight into what this is all about.
Okay.
I know it's a huge industry.
And growing.
And growing. And it's growing for a reason.
Yeah.
Now, why would you say is the reason it's growing?
Well, getting rid of things, we're a consuming culture anyway. Our culture consumes a lot of things. And
Yes.
so properly getting rid of things is a huge focus of a lot of our waste management today, is how do we get rid of the things, but not just how do we do it in an inexpensive or profitable way, but how do we do it responsibly, which is where Junk King comes in with the greenest part of our focus, is trying to get rid of the items that people need to get rid of or want to get rid of and do it in a responsible manner.
And what is your definition of responsible? Because I'm a green queen. I don't like things that are piled up in landfills. I like things to recycle. I like to eat responsibly and healthy. And so, what makes this unique when you talk about green?
Well, there seems to be a very large focus on taking existing material and repurposing it or reusing it in some form or fashion so that it doesn't end up in the landfill. So because our culture is so consumer oriented, it's just easy to just throw it out, leave it out by the curb for the trash guys. But what we do is when we go in, we're hired by our customers to come in and just haul stuff away. Usually they're larger projects that the weekly trash doesn't handle. And so we would come and do basement cleanouts or backyard cleanouts or attics, things like that. And then we have warehouses designed to, small warehouses, not large ones, but small ones designed to pull off items that can be recycled or donated.
Really?
So it's really fun. We, in fact, today, before the guys were off on their jobs, we pulled off a whole bunch of cardboard and packaging from someone who had moved into a home and had a whole truckload, one of our trucks,
truckload
full of cardboard and paper. And so we pulled all that off, and I have a baler that we put all the cardboard in the baler and we pack it all down and we fill it up, and then we run that off to a paper recycler at some point when we get a full load of that.
Really?
So that doesn't go in the landfill in that case.
Okay, that would not go into the landfill. So are you competing with municipalities that are also trying to do recycling, like in Cincinnati, Ohio? They have a large recycling program in cooperation with I guess a landfill company.
Right. No, we don't really compete with them. They have a great service, and they're very much focused on the recycling aspect of what they do, because they have a curbside pickup with a weekly go door to door to pick it up, which makes it very cost effective for them. We're hired individually for projects that are above that scope. So it could be taking out a play set in the backyard, it could be you pulled up some concrete or railroad ties, or it could be we need our basement cleaned out, or in many cases there's real estate cleanouts that come up.
Really?
And
now
so
tell me about how does that work? So you get a call from a real estate company or an agent that wants you to do a clean out to
Yeah,
prepare a
we
house
got
for sale or something
Yeah,
like
we
that?
got a call from a Sibsey Klein agent on, I believe it was Friday.
Okay.
And they were closing on a house, and the new buyer said, I don't want that stuff. I need to get that stuff out of there.
Really?
So we scheduled an appointment for Monday.
Okay.
She called me back Saturday morning and said, they really, really want it out today. Can you do it? And I said, sure. So we go out and take a look at the project, and we give a quote or an estimate on what it would cost to remove that. And it's all based on volume. So it really
Okay.
just depends on how much space it takes up in our trucks.
Okay.
And the estimate, there's no cost or obligation, but 9 times out of 10, the customer says, that's great, go ahead.
Okay.
And then we just haul it out while we're there, and they pay us when we're done, and it's a one-stop
And so you
finish.
just everything
Yep.
and it's done.
And then we go back and recycle and pull out recyclable items.
Okay, because I'm trying to think, and I have to as a money person, how do you make your money with this? This is $1 billion industry. And it's got to be, you've got employees, you've got overhead, you've got trucks, gasoline costs. How do you make your money?
Yeah, well, we charge to do the haul.
Right, you charge to do the haul, and that's business.
That's right. And so
Okay.
that's by far the primary revenue stream that we
Okay.
have. There is on the backside, as most people are probably aware, we do pull out metal and things like that, and we'll separate steel from aluminum, from copper, and things like that. So those probably 4 times a week, we'll make a run to the metal recycler. So there's a little bit of revenue on that
Revenue
backside.
on that, yep, okay. All
If you
right.
have enough paper or cardboard, there's a little bit, very small
Yeah,
amount there of revenue there.
Okay.
But really what it does is it actually helps, our recycling helps keep our costs down.
Well, I would think so.
Right, so like a mattress, for example,
What-
we
yeah, what-
recycle those.
You can recycle a mattress?
We
Can
do,
you-
I don't know anybody else that
yeah,
does.
Yeah, now tell me how, because we have to be candid. Hamilton County, Cincinnati, is in the midst of a bed bug epidemic.
Yeah.
And the fear is if you deal with a mattress, I know that the city won't pick up mattresses unless they're wrapped in plastic, and I don't know what they do with them. I don't want to think about what they do with. So what do you all do that's different?
Well, what we do is we wouldn't get involved in, we haul those away for sure, but those unfortunately do go to the landfill if there's
Okay.
been a bed bug
Okay,
infestation. And
right.
they're easy to see. and
Are they?
Yeah, they are. There's evidence that
Something is
right.
awry. Okay.
So when that's the case, which happens once in a while,
Okay.
then that stuff at this
It's
point
done.
currently has to all go to the landfill because we don't want to spread anything
No,
like that.
not that's a mean little critter.
Right. But I would say 95% of the jobs that we do, someone's just cleaning out because they're moving, and the mattresses are fine.
Oh my goodness.
And so we've got one nonprofit that we donate nice ones to.
Okay, do you
because
mind
they-
giving their name?
No, it's called New Life Furniture.
Okay.
And so they actually help homeless folks get set up with apartments.
Right,
Or
right.
battered women who are trying to get emancipated from a bad scenario. And so they'll put them in an apartment. I think they get some state funds and some private funds.
Okay.
But so they might have customers that have an apartment, but they have nothing. So we give a lot
Oh,
of dressers
wow.
and
Yes.
cribs and
Yes.
mattresses that are in good shape.
Yes.
So a lot of those go there.
That organization was called
New Life Furniture.
New Life Furniture, and they are nonprofit devoted to helping
Homeless
people.
get set up in apartments.
And people that
And I
have
believe
come-
they also work with battered women as well.
Yes.
That are trying to get set up in a new place.
That is extraordinary.
Oh, I
so,
love that
I mean,
group,
that
yeah.
that is extraordinary. So you become a donor to them
Yep.
for your goods and services. Goods that you cannot dispose of, but are absolutely reusable.
Right. So we give them, I would say, probably 30% of what we haul out, they can reuse. And then the other 70%, that's where we'll recycle them. We just cut the fabric off, or the foam gets recycled at the carpet recycler, and the metal springs go to the metal recycler.
My gosh.
Yeah. We just started doing that last month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so powerful.
It's really exciting because I don't know anyone else in Southwest Ohio that does that.
I don't either, to
Yeah.
be candid with you.
Yeah.
That might be a note for some of your competitors to step to the program, because if you all are in the business of reclaiming stuff, we might call it junk, but you know, one man's junk is another man's jewels.
Right.
It's all about perspective.
Right.
Okay, and,
Yeah.
I'm just saying as an aside, when you look at thrift stores and they're resurging in terms of being able to buy used clothing and all the other things, you have to buy those things, but nonetheless, as a side, their quality of their merchandise is actually better than some of the stuff that's being manufactured today, because it is real wood,
Yeah, right.
as opposed to particle board
Right.
and veneer junk.
Right.
I mean, the quality is absolutely better. As you can tell, I'm a thrift store
Yeah.
fan. Yes, because I'm just not on that anymore, Pete. I just believe we have to inhabit the earth responsibly.
Yeah.
And I'm just sorry, enough. No,
Yeah.
I just said I'm tired. Enough of this foolishness, because it is enough. We're a consumption-oriented country, and it's just paralyzing us in terms of our values. So when you get involved, just shifting back to what you do, so when you get involved with a client, I'm assuming a client, they call you.
Yeah.
They tell you what they want you to do.
Right. We go outside on site.
You go on site, you give them a quote, they either like it or they don't, and they confirm a date. Then you come in with your crew, or you may not, because you're the CEO, you're probably not running around with those crews, but they come in and then they remove everything.
Yes.
And then it's hauled back to your facility where it is then sorted out and distributed or recycled or repurposed into all of these different venues.
Correct.
Do you see that industry exploding? The
Oh, yeah.
recyclables?
Oh yeah, that's the
I mean,
funnest
Cohen
part.
is huge.
Yeah.
I remember when they were.
Yep.
But they're now huge.
Yeah.
And then venues. But is that a trend you think that's going to continue?
Oh, there's no doubt. I think as we see the amount of debris that we're throwing away in our landfills every day, it is staggering. If you pull up on a landfill and just watch sometime during the week when the garbage trucks are out running around, there's just lines of 30 or 40 trucks in a row.
30 and 40 trucks
Yeah.
with junk?
Yeah, and these are semis.
Semis?
Yeah, or some of the garbage trucks that you'll see.
Right.
So, when we go there, a lot of times we'll get in line, and you're in line for half an hour just to get
dump.
rid.
What is the ultimate outcome of that?
A big mountain
A big mountain.
of trash. And ultimately, we need to find more space then to do that when that gets full. So our position is we don't send a truck there until we have to. So I've got 3 trucks currently, and then we'll consolidate, pull off all the items that we can recycle.
Okay.
And then we'll fill up one truck. Like Saturday, for instance, I think we only had 1 full truck of trash, but we did 11 jobs.
11 jobs,
Right.
but really only 1 truck. So the others were recyclables?
Or they were, yes. Like a lot of our jobs are a quarter of a truck, or
Okay.
small, like a couch.
Okay,
We'll do
that
a
they
couch.
want hauled off.
Right.
Okay.
So some of them are smaller, but yeah, so we did 11 jobs on Saturday, but we only had 1 full truck of junk at the end of the day after we had consolidated it.
Oh my goodness, that is so absolutely amazing. Do you think people are calling you rather than calling the traditional venues, as we look back historically, have been goodwill industry that provides work for the challenged? And then you have your St. Vincent, and then you have your Vietnam vets, and all of these little side organizations that do reselling for their various agendas. Do you see that people are just letting that go because they've tightened up on their criteria?
Right. That's right. They have.
They don't want anything, and they're not coming to get anything. It's got to be what they consider good condition and ready to sell.
Yeah, and they don't always have a service that will go out and get them either.
Oh, okay.
Some do.
Okay.
Some do,
okay.
and so they'll go out and they'll say, I'll take this and this and this, because again, they're looking for something they can sell.
Exactly.
So I think in a lot of cases, people are calling us, for instance, because we'll go out, we'll take it all,
Right.
and then we'll store it until we get enough of a particular type of, it could be concrete, it could be wood, it could be furniture, it could be electronic waste, any of those. But once we get half a truckload, we'll call the recycler or the nonprofit, and they'll back up. And in that case, they're getting a whole truck full of full of items that they know to be in good shape.
Right. Is wood recyclable?
Some.
Some is.
Yeah. When we do a lot of garage cleanouts, and there's
Yes.
those old 2x4s
Yes,
and 2x12s.
right,
yeah.
right.
We donate those either to a company called Building Value.
Yes, yes.
Or the Restore.
Right.
And they.
Right. Those are fine nonprofits. I think Restore is Habitat
That's right.
for Humanity. So that's a very dear organization. And Building Value, I know they're nonprofit as well. I'm not real sure.
Easter seals.
Is it Easter seals? Oh, for the babies. Okay, that's a good one too. So wood can be recycled.
If it's in good shape, yes.
Okay.
Some wood, it's still, that's probably mattresses were my first focus of trying to find a solution for those. Wood is the next one.
So the mattress solution, as I understand you, is if it's in good condition, you can have it sterilized perhaps. How does a mattress get cleaned?
We donate that and they clean
And they do it, okay. But you do a visual inspection.
Always.
And then you make a decision, this is going to work or it's not going to work. If it's not going to work, it goes to the landfill. What the heck do they do with it?
It gets buried.
It gets buried. What about the little springs that are metal? Does that have any use or?
Well, it can get melted down and reused as recycled steel.
Okay.
But not if it's in a landfill, clearly.
Right,
And those take up a lot of space.
I would think they take up a lot of space.
And they take over 100 years to break down.
100 years, Pete?
Well, you got to get through the foam and you got to get through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why actually the foam is one of the best things to recycle out of that.
So you take the foam out of the mattress, and that gets recycled.
Right.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
even
fun.
know that.
Yeah.
You strip the mattress of its meat,
Right.
so to speak, and that goes to a foam
A carpet company that recycles carpet padding.
carpet padding.
They break it down, wash it, and then they remake more carpet pads out of it. But they take the foam from mattresses and
They take the foam. That is good to know,
yeah.
because I tell you, when you look at the level of waste that we are dealing with at this time in history, and I think more and more people are becoming conscious of their corporate responsibility.
Yes.
We are citizens of this country and this planet.
Yes.
And our children and grandchildren are going to be stuck with this
With our
mess,
problems,
with
yeah.
our problems, and that is just simply unfair.
Right.
It really is. So you are socially responsible. That is very, very important to me.
Well, it's the
I like that.
most fun part of the business for me.
Is it?
It is. I loved. We had a couple of jobs where we hauled 2 tons of coal.
Coal,
Coal.
as in
The stuff
black stuff that you burn to heat.
some older homes that were nice homes, but they had used to have way back 50 years ago. They had coal burning furnaces.
Right.
They sold their homes, two different cases, and we went in and hauled it out.
My goodness. They had coal in the basement? My words.
That's a big job.
Yes, the weight of the coal.
A couple of tons, I think, in both cases. It was,
Wow.
3,000 or 4,000 pounds in each case.
Where does that go?
Well, I didn't know at first, and we get that from time to time where stuff comes in and I think,
Like, what?
what am I going to do with this?
What?
We threw it out on Craigslist for free.
Yes.
And one guy came and he saw it, came and picked it up in his large pickup truck and drove it down to eastern Kentucky for a poor Christian family down there that needed coal to burn.
Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, that was a Christian Appalachian Project was the name of that organization. The gentleman there was part of that. The other one, a guy came by, I think he lived out east, and he
actually burned
coal.
coal. And came and get
Yeah, a big old military vehicle that he had that he
Oh
came
my
down at,
gosh. You know what? This whole conversation is giving me such a renewed hope because I'm telling you, I have such a great faith in our country And the fact that when Americans see that there's a problem, we're going to get it worked out.
Yeah, it really is a great thing to be a part of. It really is.
So you put the coal on Craigslist. Who'd ever think people be looking for coal on? What did you list it under? Things to pick up?
Just
free?
Yeah,
free stuff?
Free coal. Yeah, Craigslist has a whole.
That is absolutely one of my favorites. You got to be careful, but
right,
because it is the community. But Craigslist is such a great place to find stuff and to get rid of stuff you want to get rid of. It's great. It is.
Yeah.
So you've got a resource now for coal, and you've developed 2 relationships as well.
Right.
Because the gentleman that does the Christian Appalachian project knows who you are. And I can trust you that he's going to be calling you about other things.
Yeah. Next time I get coal.
Yeah, at least the next time you get
Right.
coal, because there are people suffering that need heat. Winter's coming.
Right.
It's a fact.
Right.
So tell me, I am just dying to know about some juicy stories.
Okay.
Give me a juicy story about a hoarder, because people, well, back in the day, people did not talk about people that hoarded. They just said that they have clutter.
Right.
And you never saw inside because their drapes were always closed. But what has your experience been with that one? Do hoarders call you, or do
Usually
their
not.
families?
It's usually the family.
Their families
Yeah.
will call you, and what do they say?
Well, they say, we need you to come look at this. You're probably going to want to come out yourself and take a look at this before you send your guys out to see if you really want to do this, but we need some advice or some help on how to get rid of these items. So that's usually when I do go out to those. And we do probably, I would say once a month, maybe twice a month, we'll do a home that would be considered a hoarder. I went and did an estimate yesterday, as a matter of fact.
For a hoarder. What did the house look like?
It was classic. The family hadn't even been in the house. We're afraid to go in.
We're afraid. What about the occupant?
Well, he's in a rehab facility currently.
Okay.
So that's oftentimes what happens is someone will get ill because in some cases the situation they're living in is just not healthy. And so I went in and there were clothes and clutter everywhere. I couldn't tell what color the carpet was.
You couldn't see the carpet?
No.
Wow.
Pizza boxes and clutter everywhere. And you look around and there's boxes, and some of it's not necessarily grimy, dirty. Some cases it certainly is, but it's just people lose the ability to manage their stuff over time.
Well, I would think if you're constantly buying stuff, Shoppers Network, everybody that's on television, internet, that's a 24-hour store, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you can shop 24 hours, 7 days a week, and credit card, and they'll deliver it.
Yep, right to your front door.
Right to your front door, and then you can't remember why you bought it.
Right.
So it sits there.
Right. So I walked in,
Yeah.
and he
story.
waited till I got in. He waited till I got in, and then I went looking through, and again, we charge by volume, so I'm trying to get a feel for how many of my trucks this will take. And so I came back out and told him, yeah, it's typical for this. It's not extraordinary from a hoarder scenario, but it was about, for our trucks, it was about 6 trucks.
6 trucks.
And each of my trucks is 18 cubic yards in size, so it's the equivalent of 6 pickup trucks. Each one of my trucks would be like 6 pickup truck loads.
So and you had 6 trucks?
And I had 6 of my trucks.
So that's 36 pickup trucks.
Correct.
To remove
get rid of this,
this stuff.
And there probably are some critters in this particular case. So
yes.
yeah. So but
at the point you can't see the carpet.
Right. And they wanted the carpet pulled up. And
oh, they wanted the carpet pulled up
in addition
as well.
To, yeah.
So move everything out, pull carpet up, and you do that as well.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So it would take. We
Is that
could
an
probably,
all-day job?
It's 2 trucks all day. So it would take. We can move on a job like that. We can move 5 or 6 trucks out in a day. So we take guys 2 trucks, and we just load them up.
Wow.
And so it was a 2-bedroom single-story home with a basement, small basement, and it was 6 trucks full of things. So
6 trucks. Now, did you take appliances as well, or just?
we will in that
Okay,
case.
you
And
will?
we often.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes they stay, sometimes they go, but yeah, we take those.
What do you do about appliances?
It depends on the condition that they're in. The restore actually likes appliances, so if they're in a shape where they're reusable, then we store them and we let the restore take them when they come by for their weekly pickup. And then if they're not, then we have a process where the Freon has to be removed properly. We actually have a little surcharge on refrigerators because we have to take the Freon out and then the refrigerator can go to the scrap yard.
Okay.
Like any other, but the scrap yards will not take them with a compressor that's still attached. They want the Freon out. So we have a couple of different processes for that to take the Freon out. Usually I bring in a contractor for it.
Okay, to do
take
that,
yeah.
to do that type of thing. You do know that, at least in Southern Ohio, I think Duke Energy is recycling. They'll pick up your refrigerator.
They will. And
Yeah.
And I think the goal, if I understand it correctly, is that they're trying to encourage efficient appliances. So they want you to buy one of the new ones that runs more efficiently, uses less power, and so as an incentive, they'll take the old one away. And I don't know if they charge or if it's free. I don't know either.
I don't know.
I have heard of it. It's pretty recently developed program.
Yeah, I was on internet, and because I pay all my bills on internet, and Duke Energy is promoting this as a part of their
It's a great
front
program.
page. Yeah, I think it is. Again, trying to get into the venue of appliances and trying to move things into second lives, so to speak, where you can't use it, maybe somebody else can, or maybe it's beyond the state where it's even usable.
Right.
And at that point, it has to go.
Right.
It really does.
Right.
So tell me, what made you go into this industry?
Well,
Give me your story.
Yeah, it was a personal helping my mom and my mother-in-law as they aged and they became less capable of handling their personal affairs. I had power of attorney for my mom. I'm the oldest of 3.
Okay.
And
firstborn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my wife had the power of attorney for her mom.
Okay.
And so we have 4 children at home, so just the vast amount of work that was involved in trying to manage not only their financial affairs, but just the trash, and could they eat, and were they taken care of, and then in my mother-in-law's case, she just had a hard time managing. She was afraid of identity theft, so she didn't throw papers away.
I understand.
And she got a lot of mail.
Senior citizens are, justifiably concerned about that.
Sure.
That's a biggie.
Right.
Okay.
So it was an enormous project to try to, and she was a very independent person as well.
Okay.
So she didn't really, I can handle it. I didn't, she didn't really want help. But as she got older, she became less capable of managing the vast amount of stuff that she had.
Right.
So so going through that process was a real eye-opener for me, how to get rid of it.
Yes.
And I have a good friend who has a company called Everything But the House, and
yes,
so, yeah.
I buy from that site.
Yes.
I love that company.
Yeah, Jackie's a friend
Yeah, I
of
mean,
ours.
really,
Yeah.
I love that company.
Yeah, it's a great company.
It's a great
and her
company.
daughter and my daughter did gymnastics together, so we would sit at these 4-hour gymnastics meets and just talk about the business.
Yes, she's in a phenomenal business.
Yeah. So we do a lot of their junk removal.
Okay, I bet you do.
So 2 years ago, I found Junk King, and and I really wanted to be a part of it. It was a fairly young organization at that time and growing.
Yes.
So I bought in, and I own the Cincinnati and the Dayton markets.
So you are
Ohio.
in Southwest, from Dayton all the way to the river?
And in the northern Kentucky area as well.
That's important because we do have viewers in northern Kentucky. So how far down in Kentucky will you go?
Union, and then I had a crew down in Alexandria today, so they were way down there.
Yeah, yeah. Nice people.
Yeah.
It's
a pretty good drive
girl.
for us.
I like Kentucky people a lot.
Sure.
Well, that's good. So you made a decision. It was a business decision, or was it just something, because you came out of a very different industry, correct?
Yes. At the time, I was in corporate sales for Paychex, the payroll company.
Okay.
Which was a great company, and I enjoyed my work there. But as I got older, I wanted to do something that I felt had some long-term equity in it and was doing something to actually help people.
Right.
And not that payroll doesn't, but
Right,
it
but
wasn't.
it's a different venue.
Right.
It is.
Right.
Corporate is not, I mean, you're sitting there behind a desk, you're on the phone. It's not the same as when you're touching people's lives.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah, so I worked on my business plan, and then I gave notice to Paychecks and told them what I wanted to do, and they wished me the best. And,
Of course.
and I'm off, and so you know, it's a huge joy for me when we get done with a job and someone goes, "Oh my gosh, this is great! I'm so glad I called you guys," because usually we're there in less than an hour and it's gone.
And it's done. But you know what? It's one of the things, and because I work with so many people that are retirees and elderly, the thing about stuff is that you've got to make a decision. I'm not buying anymore.
Yeah.
That's the decision.
Yeah.
And if I buy something, something has to leave.
Right. Right.
And something, if I bring something in, something has to leave of the same genre. So if I buy a dress has to be donated.
That's
because
great.
what happens, I think, and with people as they don't let go of things.
It's tough on the kids.
It's very tough. Like, why are we still looking at this? And there is an emotional attachment. Have you had people to cry when you move things?
Yeah, we do. What we find more often than that is where typically you have a spouse that's a purger and a spouse that's a collector.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll get called by the purger when the collector's not home.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So we'll go in and it will be on the clock, right?
Yes,
Because it's like, you guys got to be out of here by 4 o'clock because my husband's getting home at 4:15, and if you're not gone, it's coming back on. And we did one job, which was a lot of fun, and my guys, it was an older couple. They were cleaning out real estate that they had had for years.
Okay.
And the wife was the purger and the husband was the collector, and they would argue about what was supposed to go. And my guys were just waiting to be told,
What do you
take
want?
it or leave it.
Or,
So they'd go put it on the truck.
Take it off.
They'd go get something to,
Yeah,
you know, something else. They come back and it's gone. And the husband had gone back and
Gotten it off.
So
Yeah.
we get all kinds of stuff.
Do you work with people that are going into assisted living and nursing homes where they're needing to get rid of things? They've let their kids get whatever, and now they're looking at having to just get stuff out. Do you run into that much?
That's probably our single biggest channel
Okay.
of business is a senior or those downsizing. So
Okay.
they don't necessarily have to be a senior per se, but there is a lot of those who are trying to simplify and move out to a more manageable level of care of some sort. Or it's someone that's just decided that they're going to downsize and move into a more manageable home. They raise their kids, the kids are grown, and we just want something a little smaller.
Well, that is not going to reverse. I'm sure you already know that there's 78 million of us, baby boomers, that are going to be downsizing over the next 20 years. Because we are no longer young people raising children and doing the things that younger people do. Want to simplify, want to be able to live the older years in a freer environment.
Sure.
So have you seen an increase in that type of demand?
Yes, I think, and I think there's a general desire for simplicity. You know, we're a stressed out country in some ways, and so some people just, you know, let me just simplify.
Right.
Let me just make life easier, and less stuff tends to make things simpler.
I could not agree with you more, because I am truly in a simplification mode. Serious, Pete. I'm just not feeling that anymore. When people talk about stuff, I'm like, how many dresses are you going to wear in a week? How many new gadgets are you going to buy?
Right.
I mean, it never stops. It just never stops until we say enough and just, I don't want to do this anymore. I have a very real passion for missions work overseas.
Okay.
That's my thing. And when you see the level of poverty that people are living in other countries. They don't have a bed, they don't have anything. And then you look at where we are, we're obese, we are addicts, we have stuff, shoes, clothing, and it's just too much.
Yeah, it's throwaway.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
So you would say your business focuses on anyone in southwestern Ohio and northern Kentucky that wants to clean out as well. Corporate, you do corporate cleanouts as
We
well.
do warehouse cleanouts, and yeah.
Okay. And how does that work? A company calls and
It's very similar. It could be that they're moving and shutting down their business, or
Okay.
doing, they've dropped a line of products. We've done a couple of jobs like that
Wow.
where this whole division is shutting down, or it's moved to Iowa or something, and so we just need to get rid of all of this kind of.
really,
things.
is that recyclable?
A lot of times, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of times. It just depends on what it is, and if it can be, we will try to find another home or a process to get it put back into use.
Okay.
So it just depends.
Okay.
Corporate, we're going to do a job, I think, soon, where it was a company downtown that moved locations and had a lot of older furniture that they were able to sell some of it and donate some of it, but then in the end you have broken furniture that
Yeah.
just
What
needs to get
happens to that?
that goes to the landfill most of the time.
That is such a shame.
Well, we do have, like I said, the nonprofits that we work with some that have different levels of what they can take.
Right.
Some want higher end stuff, some maybe a little more medium, and then some will
Take anything.
just a desk, a kid's desk. It's dinged up, the paint's chipped.
They'll
We
take it.
just want a desk for a child because they have nothing,
Ah,
and so we'll give it to them.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of nonprofits don't want a lot of desks and stuff. I went through that when in the late 90s I downsized significantly, and we had maybe 60 desks,
Right,
and they were like, no.
right, right.
And was tough trying to get rid of those desks. They were very good, very well made, functional desks, but again, not a lot of demand.
Right.
I guess because companies, when they buy new.
Usually, yeah.
For tax reasons, and write it off as you use them. But then at the end of the day, you've got an asset that's worth nothing that you can't even get rid of.
Right.
So is that something that you find yourself dealing with as well?
Yeah, and that's part of the fun for me is that it's hard when all of a sudden, let's say you're charged with getting rid of all these desks. You've
Right.
got 2 weeks and you've got to
Right.
find someone to take them. There's someone out there probably, but you might not find them in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
So I spend a lot of my time just trying to find these relationships with these various groups, whether they're profit or nonprofit, and then find them that we can give them to, or whatever, we do with them. So that way, when that situation does arise, and I get 40 office desks,
you have a source.
I have a source. Or if they're metal, we can always break down the metal and recycle the metal.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you can. You
So,
can do
and
that.
that's why, that's the fun part for me, is finding those places that would be hard for anybody just on their own to find. Whether it's concrete, we recycle concrete, and we
Concrete?
don't. Yeah, concrete gets recycled.
How do you recycle concrete? What is that used for?
They grind it up,
Yeah.
and then they sell it as fill to contractors who are laying gravel down underneath patios and homes.
Really?
All of our concrete we take to a concrete recycler.
Oh my goodness gracious. I didn't even know that.
Tile, bricks, concrete, even those old statues that you have out in your backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, bird baths.
Grind them down.
Yep, we dump them. It costs us a little bit. It's not like a normal dump, but it still
Yeah.
costs us money to do it. But we'll take a truckload and dump it, and they have a big grinder that grinds it all up.
Wow.
And then they sell it to contractors. They make their money off the sale.
Right, of course, not the actual labor cost. That is absolutely amazing.
It's fun. It's
This
fun.
is absolutely, so now how do you find good people to work for you?
That's a great question. And
yeah.
that is, that's a secret, I think, for me,
Okay.
frankly. I have been a member of the same church for 25 years, and a lot of the folks that I've been able to bring on to the fold are people that I've known. I've known their families.
Okay.
I've
That's
got,
a nice thing about longevity at a church.
right.
You
and,
do know your people.
Right. And so a lot of, well, it's, I don't know if it's half and half or what, but so once I had my core group of people that I knew were
Good people.
respectful, honest people, then
Yes.
from there I tend to ask them and work through their networks of people. Who do you know that gets the Junk King way of doing this? Who can treat the customers respectfully and honestly?
Yes.
Go above and beyond.
Yes.
Because I do ask them to do that. Because I
Yes.
really absolutely want to be the best.
Right.
And so I ask them that. And so they'll give me referrals of people, and
it goes from there.
yeah, I got about 15 now. So it's,
You have 15 honest.
I'm
I'm
yeah.
just, that is a blessing,
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah, it really is. And so I'm fortunate there.
Serious. But you started with your core group from your church.
Yeah, I think all but one. Yeah.
Well, because you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing about hiring today is you don't know.
Right.
And there's so many different value sets out here
Yeah.
for who determines whether their definition of honesty
Right.
is your definition of honesty. Because there are just levels of issues around integrity. And of course, that's my big thing, which is I will fire you on the spot
Right.
if you are
right.
abusive or disrespectful to one of my clients. You just need to keep moving because I'm not going to have it. But so many people have been raised in an environment that does not support that type of value set.
Right. That's right.
I mean, for real, you got parents talking to their children in a very, very, to me, it's most unacceptable to talk to your children in any way that is demeaning.
Right.
I mean, it has weights.
Sure.
And so I just wondered how you were able to overcome that. So you start with your core within your church family and then fan out from there.
Yeah, and we'll put ads out there from time to time, but then we'll bring them in and let them ride with the group and
see how they fit in.
And see if
I bet that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I bet
Well,
that's-
we're going in people's homes, so we're going in basements and attics and bedrooms, and we're hauling stuff out. So I have to have. You can't just have anybody doing that. You got to have people that you know aren't going to take advantage of the situation.
Right, because you're going to see a lot of things that would be tempting, I would think, in some cases. You could have
Most of
that.
the time, the customer's always there, but.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So they oversee or they just are there to watch?
Well, we just ask that they be there because they're usually telling us what will go and what will stay.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, if it's a vacant house that we're doing for a property management company, they contract us, but that's vacant and people have
that's
already left
crisp.
it.
Yeah, okay. So the real estate industry, despite the challenges that have been in real estate, and they're real since 2008, you are still working actively in those markets as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do a lot of work for property management companies, realtors will refer us or recommend us a lot. So
Okay, that's a good way to go because that's a closed community in as much as there's not only X number of real estate agents.
Right.
And they all tend to know each other, the ones that have been in the industry for some time. And if you do good work, they pass that on.
That's right.
Because it's tough today.
That's
It
right.
is very tough to get very reliable and nice people. You would think if people are doing your work, they'd be nice, but many times that is not the case. It's just what it is. I think we're in a different time, a different season. So you work with your realtors, you work with your commercial people. Companies that are downsizing or relocating would probably want to talk to you as well.
Yep.
You also work with residential accounts, which is
That's
people,
about 70% of our business.
70% of your business is residential, and that is people that just want to clean and are overwhelmed.
Yep. Or I got to get rid of a hot tub.
What do you do with a hot tub?
Cut them in half.
You cut them in half.
if you need to.
Yeah, is that plastic?
It's fiberglass typically.
That's fiber. Is
Sometimes
that
plastic.
recyclable?
No.
I didn't think
Unfortunately,
so.
it's not. There really isn't much about a hot tub that's recyclable unless it still works, and then you're probably not calling us. You're probably
Right.
selling it somehow. But
Right.
yeah, no, we do 1 or 2 of those a week.
Hot tubs. People don't want them anymore.
Nope, they don't work anymore, and it costs too much to get them fixed.
Oh
and-
my gosh. I did not even know that.
Yeah, we've done some
That
interesting
is
ones.
My good. Is that the same thing with swimming pools? Do you ever have to?
I've done swimming pools.
You've done swimming pools.
I've done probably 4 or 5 swimming pools.
And people just can't work with it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be their kids are grown and they don't want the maintenance of it anymore, and so
Yeah, the insurance
we've
on that is not pretty.
right.
Carrying insurance on a swimming pool.
Yeah.
That is something to deal with.
Yeah.
So you do that, and that's what's the most unusual haul you've had?
I think one of the ones, and I meant to mention this earlier, was
Okay.
you asked about the hoarder thing.
Yeah,
Our first hoarder, we've been open about 2 years. And
Okay.
our very first one was a small apartment, about a 900 square foot apartment.
Okay.
2 bedrooms.
2-bedroom, 900 square feet, single floor,
Yes,
bottom?
it's a flat. So it was
Okay, it's a flat, okay.
We pulled out 3.5 trucks,
Stop it.
and we didn't take any furniture.
Stop it.
No,
What did you take?
a canoe. There was a canoe. Now, it was
Come on.
No, I'm not kidding. One of my friends, the guy who takes the Freon, one of the guys that takes the Freon out of my refrigerator, saw the canoe and goes, "Can I have that?" So I said, "Sure." I didn't know what to do with it. So I got a canoe sitting in the front of my warehouse. So, but that particular gentleman had a bunch of gunpowder in the apartment and a bunch of lead. So he made his own ammunition. And so I had to be, I didn't want to do the job with the gunpowder there for sure.
Oh, no.
So we asked the family if they would remove that. We don't do any type of hazardous.
And where was the gentleman?
He was in a rehab facility. He had an infection that he had to go to the hospital for. So.
Oh, the poor family. That is so unbelievable. So he made his own gunpowder. So I'm assuming
Well, he had gun, but he made his own ammunition.
he made his own ammunition. Did the guns have to be removed as well, or did the family keep those?
They came in and removed all that before we started in.
Okay, all righty.
So
you all just had everything else
Right.
to deal with.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
A canoe.
Yeah, we've
A canoe.
a golf cart. We've done golf cart. We pulled out before. I still have it. I actually I had my graphics guy wrap the golf cart, so it's a big Junk King golf cart.
Okay.
And then I give it to Homerama. I
Right.
gave it to Homerama so they could tool around for a
Right,
couple
right,
of weeks with
right,
it. And I
right.
get a little advertising out of it. So.
Right. That is so
So.
a golf cart inside of a home.
It was in a warehouse. It was a warehouse.
Okay,
thing.
it's a warehouse situation, but it did work, and they didn't care.
Well, it was all flat tires and the batteries were all dead. So I brought
Oh.
it back and played with it a little bit. Played with it a little
Got
bit.
it. That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got a fun job.
My son, who's 9, thinks I have the greatest job on
I
the
am
planet.
going to say every boy on earth under the age of
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
is sitting here salivating right now
Yeah.
saying, how do I get to ride with this guy?
That's right.
Do you ever take him out with you?
Occasionally I do. Like on
Uh-huh.
a Saturday, we will do that. He'll just come in sometimes and he'll come and he'll just play. He just plays in my warehouse because we get toys. We donate.
Yes,
donate
okay,
toys.
okay.
So we'll get a big bin of toys, and he's got a remote control
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
car we pulled out of someplace. He puts batteries in it, and he's
And gone.
oh yeah.
That is so absolutely and totally fascinating. Now, do you have any family members involved with your company, or is it just you and your employees?
Well, but not yet. My oldest daughter is 17, so my kids
Okay.
are still young.
Yeah, they are young.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife has a full-time job taking care of them.
Yes, that is a full-time
Yeah.
job.
And she homeschools our kids.
Okay,
and so
that's
and
good.
she works part-time
Okay.
at a gym to help defray the costs of dance and gymnastics.
Oh,
and all
because
that
kids
other
are
stuff. Yeah.
expensive. Okay, they have a life.
So I have a general manager who works with me. His name's Jay Ford, and he's great. He's
Okay.
really a solid guy. Been building houses for a long, long time, and then came to work for me about 1.5 years ago.
So he's a person you knew prior to? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you invited him in as well.
Yeah.
This is a very good story.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I really do. So what are some of the challenges with every business? When you start off and you build. And at
Yep.
some point, you're going to have to make a decision.
Yeah,
The decision is, do I expand or do I sell out, move on?
right. It's not my intent to sell out at any point. It's a
Okay.
very interesting business, and I have a lot of energy and passion for finding new things to recycle. So I anticipate that. We're still a pretty young business, so I do want to grow quite a bit. We're just now entering the Dayton market, which I'm really excited about.
Aren't
so.
you a Daytonian?
I am. I grew up in Kettering.
Oh my goodness, a lovely city.
Fairmont West Dragons. It doesn't exist anymore
That's okay.
as it did, but yeah.
That's okay. So you're a Daytonian. Well, I'm sure they're going to welcome you back home.
Yeah, well,
I know they will.
yeah, my
I know.
brother still lives here.
Oh,
So,
does
and
he?
his wife,
Okay,
sure.
that is very good. So, as you're looking at this actually to be your retirement.
Yeah, I mean it's a long-term plan, I think, and then I also have the master franchise development contract for Junk King for Ohio as well.
Tell me about that. How does that work?
So I am looking to develop and work and establish Junk King businesses in the rest of the state as well.
So people that would want to get into this type of business can call you?
They sure can.
What is your number?
The easiest way to reach Junk King is our call center number,
What number is that?
888-888-JUNK.
888-888-JUNK.
Yeah, that's how
So
you
if a
reach us.
person is interested in doing what you do in another part of the state of Ohio, then they can call you.
That's
and
right.
you can walk them through those steps.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. Do very many people know you're doing this? Are you getting calls?
Oh yeah. Well, we're sort of advertising a little bit of those opportunities.
Yeah.
We just actually set up someone in the Cleveland and Akron area.
Oh, Cleveland's huge.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Huge. Okay.
And then I'm in talks with people in Toledo and
Okay.
other parts as well.
Okay.
So there's one in
Okay.
Columbus now.
Oh, there's one in Columbus. That's a booming area too.
It is. It is.
Columbus is a very high growth community.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on.
Yeah.
But that is very, very interesting, Pete. So you've got your infrastructure, you're using a franchise form of business, which is validated and credible. If you want to do success, you do franchise. It's just proven. In the
Yeah.
early days, it was like, but this is now done. Franchising is absolutely a good way to get your foot in the door without having to go through the learning curve. And banks will finance franchises.
Yeah, I didn't need that, but
Well,
yeah,
good
that's
for
yeah,
you.
that's it's Junk King's a great overall organization, and
Yes.
we do well in just about every market.
Where are
that
they
we're in.
headquartered?
San Carlos, California.
Ah, Californians. It would take California to come up with this. I mean, not in a negative way. California, 1/3 of the U.S. population lives in California, Pete.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, 1/3 of America is out there having fun.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And hoarding
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, those people are consumers. But that's interesting. So they're headquartered there, and you are the master franchise
For Ohio.
For Ohio, and you have your actual operations in Southwest Ohio. Can you give us the phone number again? Because our time is wrapping up.
Sure. The call center number, the easiest way to reach Junk King is 888-888-5865.
Can they ask for you, Pete?
They can. You can call me directly if you'd like.
Well, give me that number.
Yeah, my number there is 513-800-3941.
Say it again.
513-800-3941.
Okay. So if people want stuff moved out, but you don't remove humans.
No, we don't take humans, and we don't take hazardous
irritating
waste.
husband.
Yeah, and I've been asked.
The irritating wife.
I have been asked.
The irritating children.
Yeah.
The grumpy little dog.
Yeah.
You don't touch that.
No.
But everything else you will.
Everything except hazardous waste.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
just-
that is, you know what my hope is in the concluding time we have here, is that there can be an answer for how to recycle plastic.
We do some.
Okay.
That has changed recently, which makes it hard. And some plastic, much of plastic is recyclable
Really?
if you can get enough of it to the right place
Okay.
of the right kind. There's so many
Okay.
different kinds of plastic. That's what's hard.
Yes, right.
And China recently changed how they were buying plastic and how they were taking plastic. So it's gotten harder in the last 6 months. But yeah.
Well, they're dealing with their own environmental issues.
Right, that's right.
China has 2 billion people that are busily buying now.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting. And the community that I was in, Shenzhen, there are huge mounds of landfills.
Yeah.
And it was filthy,
Yeah.
and it was awful.
Yeah.
It really was. So I hope they have an answer. They've got a real problem emerging. But listen, I have enjoyed this time with you.
Good, me too.
I'm so just grateful for your willingness to be open and transparent with me.
Sure.
I wish you only the very best of success. I
Thank
know I'll be reading and hearing about you in the days ahead. And I just want to thank you. And to all of my viewers today, was not that fascinating? Pete McCreary and Junk King. Bet you didn't know about the junk business, okay, other than Sanford and Son, okay? Serious business, a $1 trillion industry, and only going to get bigger. Thank you for being a part of my world today. I'm Michelle Graves, the Money Lady, wishing you a wonderful, stellar day, and God bless you. You take care.